The first colorway was insanely popular, but I'm not sure about these second ones. You know what? I love it when they do like a nice, different, special colored box. This ain't purple. What is that? Violet, indigo with a hint of mint green. I feel like these two colors pop and work so nicely. Wait, the shoe's all wrapped up in paper as well. Here we have the Jordan 1 Low Zion Williamson Voodoo Alternate. That is kind of mad, you know. Now this looks like a normal Jordan 1 Low, but there's a lot of stuff going with this. They released a first colorway, I think a few years back. It was kind of like a brownie green colorway. That was called the Voodoo, just because of the team that he plays for. Now they've come out with the second run edition. This is the Voodoo Alternate. Voodoo. Ooh. That's kind of mad, you know, I can't lie. And you know what? I thought I wouldn't really like it based on the colors that I've seen online, but I feel like this is a better colorway than the first. That's just my opinion. But one thing which is kind of interesting. So the laces are different. It comes with this kind of rope style laces, but then you don't get just one set of extra laces in this. You get three. So you got a black, kind of very similar creamy colorway to what's on the rope, and then kind of the mint, kind of greeny colorway. But here's the thing. These are all premium wax laces. So Nike hasn't like skimped out anything here. They've given you that kind of the top end line of laces, and three of them. Usually this is like reserved for like big collabs like Travis Scott and stuff like that. So to get this in these, that's a nice addition. But personally, I do think the rope laces adds a bit of character to the shoe itself. But again, the reason why these are called the Voodoo Alternate is just because the right shoe is different from the left shoe. So obviously we talked about the difference on the tick. If you look at the toe box, it's basically flipped up the colors. So on the front, you got the purple. On the alternate one, you got purple at the front. With this one, you got the darker one right at the front, but you got the darker color on the back. I'm not really a big fan of kind of wearing mismatched shoes or alternate colorway shoes, but I feel like they've pulled it off quite well with this colorway. And I believe there's writing on this pair, it says Voodoo. And then on this pair, it just has kind of voodoo like emblems. First one went for crazy amounts of money, and the second one is just barely over retail. If you're trying to cop, don't get me wrong, it's a good idea because these pretty much sold out. But just in terms of a comparison from the first to the second, it's crazy how much these aren't in demand as comparison to the other ones. But how do these, of course, look on feet? In terms of Jordan 1 Low, it does feel quite normal. I do feel like because it's a bit more premium, it does feel a bit more softer on the feet, kind of like the Jordan 1 Low Sylvesters that we had earlier this year. I feel like the insoles are a bit different. Maybe I'm just getting crazy. However, in terms of look, obviously you kind of got that mismatched kind of design and look. I feel like it works really, really well with these shoes. So if you feel like you can pull off these kind of wild style designs, I definitely think it's a shoe to definitely look into. I went for my true to size 9.5 on a normal Jordan 1 Low, and it fits perfectly quite well. So definitely don't change it up if you are looking to pick these up. Definitely go for your true to size. But there we have it, the Jordan 1 Low Voodoo Alternates. Let me know what you think of this shoe. Did you pick one up, or are you just not feeling these kind of releases and you got like, I don't know, Jordan 1 Low fatigue?